Put your hands together, make it loud for Jason Resler. Yeah.
Right now, most of you are looking at me like, damn, Shaggy from Scooby-Doo is getting old. It's true, though. It's true. I was born in 1972. The Supreme Court gave women the right to choose in 1973. Oh, yeah, that was a fucking close one. I'm not taking a political stance here. I'm just saying I kind of did a Pete Rose right into life, you know? Hey, everybody, I'm safe. Because 9 months ago, my parents were not safe. So we'll just call this home now, because it's a baseball joke, Erie. Come on, 2 down, look alive! Oh, man, it's true. I was born into a crazy family. Anybody else here from crazy? Yeah, you know you're from crazy when you don't need 23andMe done. You know, matter of fact, if you're from real crazy, you avoid 23andMe. Anybody here do 23andMe and you have a cousin get 25 to life? That's a crazy family. My dad was great. My dad, a very hard-working man. He earned his living as a magician. Shit, not a magician. He earned his living as a musician. I get them words mixed up because Dad would play guitar and then disappear for years at a time. I never really got them words sorted out. I remember one time I was like, Mom, he didn't finish the song this time. And Mom was like, well, your dad had to hit the road because of a warrant. So I grew up believing Dad played in the 80s heavy metal band Warrant. It don't matter what your friends say. It's true, you start getting that, you hit 50 years old and the doctor's visits. That's what I've been finding out. These doctor visits are getting longer. I thought it was a regular annual physical. No, once you get to be 50, they've got homework for you these days. You know what my homework was? They sent me home and told me that I was going to be receiving and I was supposed to go home and poop into a box. And then take this box with my poop in it to the UPS store. When did UPS need to get all ups in my ass? Why do we need this involved, man? I don't like this kind of thing. I'm easily grossed out, and I'm not, that box sat there on my coffee table for like 2 months. I mean, I wasn't constipated. Sometimes I'd be taking care of my business, staring at the box. And the boxes stare right back at me, because they got this little fucking cartoon guy with eyes on it looking at you like you're supposed to be pooping in me. And then I realized I'm looking at this all wrong. You know, I should be thankful that this science exists, and I encourage everybody to do these Cologuard tests when it comes up, when you're due for it. And honestly, the real reason I changed my mind is I started thinking about my past. I've been in this business 27 years, telling jokes in nightclubs, and there were a lot of haters in the early years, a lot of people who supposedly loved me even, that would tell me, you know, Jason, you keep telling them dick jokes in them nightclubs, by the time you're 50, you will not have a box to shit in. And now look at me, ha ha, haters. That's right, I got Obamacare, bitches. Took my shit box down to the UPS store. Now these jokes just kind of wrote themselves, you know. Don't say I didn't never give a shit, you know, all those jokes. I bet you take a lot of shit doing this job, you know. All those ones, but the joke was on me though, because this happened to me back in December, and I was taking my Christmas gifts the same day. I must have got the labels mixed up, because my doctor's office called me a few days later saying, what the hell are we supposed to do with this Hot Wheels collection? And now my sister and her kids will no longer speak to me. I recently moved to a small town in Ohio, and you guys are celebrating. I think it kind of sucks. But I'm trying to adapt. I wanted to give small town life a try, you know, and honestly, everybody in the little town has been really nice and welcoming. Matter of fact, the other morning, my neighbor lady was out watering her flowers, and I wanted to make nice neighborly conversation. And I asked her, I said, hey, is there a good spot for breakfast? And she looked me right in the face and she said, IHOP on Cox. Phew, that's really nice. Could we eat first? I think I'm gonna need my nutrients for this. I think I need a Rooty Tooty Fresh and Fruity before I hit that booty. Now my neighbor lady calls me daddy, which is awkward. I don't like that. I don't like this trend of women calling men daddy in a sexual or flirtatious manner. It weirds me out. It creeps me out. I'll tell you why. It's because I'm a daddy. That's why. And I don't like to be reminded of my parental responsibilities when I'm doing doggy style with you on the kitchen room floor or a suite at the Best Western. It is not a good time to bring up any of my bills at this point. You know, what about my thumb up your ass made you think I was your father? You know, I don't need to be reminded. Daddy, oh yeah, I am a daddy. Shit, I gotta get him to music lessons. I can't be doing this. Matter of fact, I'll be honest. I don't like to be called any kind of a relative when I'm banging. It's creepy. I didn't even like being called brother-in-law. I know. Well, why is my wife calling me this? Yeah, you all thought it was me. I see how it is. Oh, man. Now, you could call me names. I'm cool with that. It's not about ego. I'm cool with name calling. That could be hot. You know, just if you call me names, keep family out of it. You know, I like to be called something as far away from family as possible. Like, I get, you know what I like to hear? I like it when they flirt and they say, hey, stranger. Like, yeah, hell yeah, now we're talking. That's right. Tell me some more about how you don't know who the hell I am. That's right. By the time we're done, lady, you won't even be able to describe me. I was in a toxic relationship, you guys. Anybody here ever been in one of these toxic relationships? You had? Oh man, it's terrible. Anybody here with their toxic relationship? Anybody need to pass a note? We got your back. We got your back. Because these toxic relationships are terrible. They're hard to get out of, aren't they? They're hard to get out of. I was in one, and look, I'm not here to blame her. It was equally my fault. We weren't good for each other. I tried to break up many times and end this, but she had this thing that she would do where every time I would break up with her, she would just like take off all of her clothes and start doing sex stuff to try to get me to stay. And I don't know if y'all know it, but do you know how hard it is to leave an apartment when your penis is in somebody's mouth? I can't tell you, there were times I was 3 or 4 feet out the door on my way to the truck, and she's just like, sucked me right back into the relationship. Well, shit, I guess I'm staying again tonight. I can't pack now, I'm too tired. And my favorite shirt just got all dirty. Things were highly sexual in the beginning of that relationship. That's what it was. This girl, she couldn't get enough. She needed it all the time, man. And she had, you know what really turned me on? She had these tattoos I thought were really sexy. She had this one in particular on her back. What it was a map of the United States of America. And I'm a veteran, so I was attracted to that shit, you know? I was like, I want to take an oath to defend that, you know? You know, but then you know, things weren't so hot after a while. Things wore off, you know. They put GPS on our phones. I didn't need her to help me find my way around no more. You know, sometimes she would really be into the dirty talk, you know. She wanted me to say things that I would never say to a woman on my own. But she made me say it to her, ladies. And she would say, ask me whose pussy this is. And at the time, I was like, shit, you know what? That's actually a pretty fucking good question. I was kind of wondering myself, you know, so I was just, yeah, whose pussy is this? And she goes, this land is your land. And so we checked out the redwood forest and the Gulf Stream waters and mountains. And then the neighbor came by and I was like, this land was made for you and me? You know, I gotta get out of this situation, you know. And I was trying to plot an escape. And then one night, I'm sitting there, more like kneeling there. And I'm looking at this map, right? And I'm thinking to myself, wherever this next money shot lands, that's where I'm gonna go and start a new life for myself. You know, and start all over again. And then I was thinking, well, I gotta put some thought in. I don't wanna live in Texas. I hate the South and the humidity, you know, and Texas is right there on her ass, you know, big ass Texas, you know. So I'm thinking, man, I gotta have some momentum going, you know. I wanna live further north where it's cooler, you know. I looked at the back of her neck. I'm thinking, maybe I'll go to Canada, you know. And then I looked over there on her shoulder blades. She had the Great Lakes. I was like, maybe I'll fill in the Great Lakes there, make this map topographical, you know. And anyway, that's the story of how I ended up in Ohio.
Jason Resler, everybody, let him hear it.